Hey guys, 681 Shadow, coach of your Connecticut Krookodiles, and we are here for the UPC Season 5, Week 2. We have our match here against our good friend, Phantom Base, coach of the New York Cosmogs. And this is a very important match for us because it is a divisional match. There are not going to be divisional rematches since it is only a 10-week season, I believe. So this match will definitely be important for us. And to read off his team, he has Mega Charizard X, Starmie, Hippowdon, Mandibuzz, Serperior, Cobalion, Eelektross, Silvally, and Clefairy, with his Zmon being Cobalion, which could definitely bring us some scary stuff, but he opts not to bring it this week. So definitely that's good for us. But just to run through the team that I brought for this week, first off we brought the Mega Kangaskhan. We brought a pretty standard Mega Kang, nothing too special there. Next up we have the Talonflame. We're bringing Fiery MZ. I was debating between Fiery MZ and Flying MZ, and I ended up just going with Fiery MZ. I'll go into more of that later in the match, but next up we have the Primarina. We're running Scarf Primarina because Primarina can just do a bunch of damage to a lot of his threats. The Clefairy is going to be a bit tough for the Primarina though, because that thing can be a decent wall for special hits, so we're going to have to be able to deal with that. Then next we have the Raikou, and Raikou. We're also running Scarf on Raikou, but then if I get into any position where I can buff my bluff against my opponent here, and maybe have him think that I'm not Scarf when I really am to possibly clean up late game, then I also have the extreme speed. But other than that, pretty standard on Raikou. So next up we have standard Honchkrow, Brave Bird, Pursuit, Sucker Punch, all that fun stuff. And then lastly we have the Chansey, which is standard Wish, Seismic Toss, Thunder Wave, all that fun stuff. So now we're gonna get into the battle here. So he leads with his Eelektross. I lead with my Raikou. So now I switch out here and go into my Chansey, as he goes for a knockoff here. And this was a bad play right from the start from me, because I probably should have looked at what this thing gets, see if it gets a knockoff. And there I probably should have switched to either Talonflame, Mega Kang, or possibly, well, probably not Talonflame because of the electric type move, but like Mega Kang or maybe even the Raikou to deal with this thing. But we get Chansey knocked off, and there goes like half our defense, which really sucks. But now we're gonna go for the Wish as he goes for a Drain Punch, and Drain Punch is we're gonna go for Seismic Toss here as he's going to go for Volt Switch here. I was just kind of seeing what he wanted to do. So he goes into the Hippowdon. I'm gonna get a Wish off here, and here I doubted my prep because I felt like I should have brought the Toxic here, because I could have gotten a Toxic off on this Hippowdon and sacked off Chansey right here, putting me in a somewhat better position. But now here I'm going to switch out, go into the Primarina as he goes for his Rocks. And once again, if I had Toxic, I would have clicked Toxic there, and I would have gotten a free Toxic on this Hippowdon, and maybe even preserved my Chansey for a sack later on. But now he's going to switch out, go into his Clefairy here, and he takes good damage for that. His special defense drops though. But here I'm going to switch out, go into the Talonflame, seeing what he's going to do is he's going to switch out, go into the Eelektross, and then now here I'm going to click Roost as he's going to click the Volt Switch. So definitely a good play for me, but he does get a crit here and puts me at low HP. I may have gone for a Brave Bird. If I probably still should have gone for a Brave Bird on this turn, but I just go for the Fiery MZ, and that's gonna do not much at all. If I had Flying EMZ, I probably could have done a lot more. I haven't actually done the calc, but I probably could have done a lot more with the Flying EMZ there. And he's gonna miss the Rock Slide, which is unfortunate for him. But I'm just gonna click Brave Bird. Brave Bird doing 26 damage. And actually looking at that now, I probably could have done more with the Brave Bird Z move than the Fire type one. But he's gonna get a Slack off there, and I just Brave Bird again, and I'm just gonna die to Rocky Helmet damage. And good prep on him with the Rocky Helmet for the Mega Kang. He clicks Earthquake, predicting a Roost. But now I'm gonna go into this Brave Bird again here, as he's going to go for the he's gonna go for the Slack Off here. This was another bad play on my part. I'm making so many bad plays in this, but because he already did reveal the Rock Slide, so I definitely should have gone into this here. But I'm gonna switch out, go into Mega Kang, as he's going to click the Slack Off again, which is perfectly safe for him right now, and he's gonna switch out, go into Silvally here, as I go for the Ice Punch. I do believe he's Silvally Ghost from the battle here. Let me, yeah, he's Silvally Ghost. So I switch out, go into Raikou here, as he is going to go for Parting Shot and switch out here, and he's going to go into his Zard X. So he goes to Zard X. I click Volt Switch to try to keep momentum here, as I switch into my my Honchkrow here. And now these plays right here are a series of reads that I eventually end up not getting, because I click Sucker Punch as he clicks Roost. I probably could have roosted there. And I click Sucker Punch again as he goes for another SD, which is now really scary. And the one turn where I don't Sucker Punch, he clicks Dragon Claw and knocks me out, which really just sucks. But I go into Primarina here. I know I'm Scarf, and I'm going to go for the Moonblast, get a bunch of damage off, and he's going to go for a Flare Blitz, knocking himself down. And here I'm going to go into the Mega Kang. Another misplay for me. I should have went into Raikou, but I don't think I would have been able to do enough damage. Possibly getting a paralysis with the Thunderbolt, or I should have went into Chansey and tried to get a Thunder Wave off. Because if I got a Thunder Wave off, I think Chansey plus Raikou would have knocked this thing out. Because if you Flare Blitz, because if I T-Waved him, he'd be slower than Chansey, so I can get some Seismic Tosses in. But if you Flare Blitz Chansey, he would be low enough to where either he would die based on Chansey's HP, or that Raikou would be able to easily pick him off. But he's going to switch out there, go into the Hippowdon, as I go for the Fake Out, taking a bunch of Rocky Helmet damage there on my Kang. This game is definitely not looking too good for me. And I'm just going to go for Ice Punch, try to get damage off, but I underestimate the bulk of this thing. But he does get frozen, which really does suck, which allows me to get off. Actually, no, it doesn't let me get off another Ice Punch, because I do get knocked out there. But I'm going to go into the Raikou, and right here I'm going to click Hidden Power Ice, knocking that thing down, and he stays frozen. So now he is going to switch into his Zard. Not his Zard, his Electros here. And he's going to go through a series of turns where he's going to try to stall me out with the Drain Punch on his Electros, which actually does enough to I think it does enough to keep him in the positive, I'm pretty sure. We'll keep him positive in terms of damage he's dealing to me versus how much he's getting back. So he's going to be able to take out the Raikou. Actually, no, he's losing more, but he's going to take out Raikou with Drain Punch. And now all I have left is Chansey. It's looking pretty grim for me here right now. I won't be able to win whatsoever. So Chansey uses Seismic Toss. I'm able to knock that thing out. And then now he goes into this thing. I click a Wish as he goes for a Safeguard to prevent statuses, which is perfectly fine. But now he goes into Zard. I click Seismic Toss, and now I get my Wish back, and he's gonna click a Roost right here to get his Zard up. I'm just gonna click Seismic Toss again. He's gonna have to keep roosting. Actually, no, he goes for Swords Dance right here. I click Seismic Toss, and it gets him down to 7%. Now he's gonna Roost, and then I'll get a Seismic Toss. And at this point, now I can Thunder Wave him because the Safeguard is gone. And at this point, all I can rely on is luck. I click Seismic Toss. I hope for the para, and he goes for a Swords Dance again, which realistically I don't know why he did that. Just because I'm pretty sure he could have killed me since Eviolite was gone. He may have been calculating Eviolite or something like that. But I go for Seismic Toss again. I can only hope for a para here, and we do not get the para. He knocks me out with a Dragon Claw. So definitely GG to Phantom Base here. We're 0-2 at -6 right now, so not looking too good. But let me see who we're taking on next week. Here we go. Schedule. Next week we are taking on a good buddy Narth, coach of the Scarborough Star Raptors. So hopefully we can pick up our first win week 3. But that's going to be it for this UPC battle. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all next time.